beauties, it's Brittany. Welcome to my channel today. I actually asked you guys yesterday evening on Instagram stories to vote on what makeup I would be applying. So this is the Instagram Picks My Makeup video. I thought this would be super fun to do, and I'm already having fun with it. So let's jump on over to my Instagram and see what products you guys picked. I felt like opening the drawer and just having you choose one item would be a little bit too confusing. So what I did is I put two products head to head and then had you guys vote on it. First things first is primer. I put the Urban Decay Pore Perfecting Complexion Primer Potion against the L'Oreal Visible Lift Radiant Booster Brightening Primer, and you guys chose, drumroll please, the Urban Decay. It was a very close call. We have 54% for Urban Decay and 46% for L'Oreal. I do not like makeup items that have twist bottles. I do like a squeezy tube, but I prefer if it's like a cap because your hands get messy and then you have to like twist the bottle cap back on, and it's not a pleasurable experience. This is definitely like a pore filling primer, so I'm going to massage it into the skin. I don't really take my nose ring out when I do my makeup, so taking that out now. So I didn't put these in the right order on Instagram, so I'm going to skip around a little bit and still kind of keep with my normal routine. So next, what I would do is prime my eyes for eyeshadow. So eyeshadow primer, I put the Wet n Wild Photo Focus against the Smashbox 24 Hour, and it looks like the Wet n Wild one, so 62% to 38%. So I'm going to do the Wet n Wild one. This is a really nice eyeshadow primer. It's actually the one I've been using recently, and I've kind of kept it in my vanity. It doesn't have any tint to it once you kind of massage it onto the eyelid, but it does really act as a beautiful base for enhancing the pigmentation of your eyeshadow, for also helping with longevity of your eyeshadow. So it's very inexpensive. Definitely recommend giving that one a try. Now I am going to play around with some glitters today, so I'm going to do my eyes first before foundation, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to use the Urban Decay Born to Run palette or the ColourPop Dream Street palette, and it is a close call. 51% ColourPop, 49% Urban Decay, so I'm going to use the ColourPop Dream Street palette, which I'm happy about. I love the Dream Street palette. I've also been having fun with the Born to Run, but I'm not as excited about it as so many other people are, but I love this palette, so very excited you guys picked this one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one eye off camera, and then I'll come back on and we'll kind of do the other eye together. Rach Loves does that, and it seems to work really well, and I enjoy her videos, so I'm going to do that. Alright, I look like I've been punched in the eye. I promise it will come together. At least I hope it will. I'm just playing around with some makeup. So first of all, I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to really just kind of blow this out in the crease and give it that really nice kind of blown out look. I don't know what I'm saying. I normally take powder and set that eyeshadow primer, but I totally forgot to do that. So doing that now, even though I already have some shadow on, I'll be fine. We'll make it work. Alright, and then I'm going to take the shade right next to it. It is such a beautiful kind of burnt red color, and I love to pop it like right up in the brow bone area as a beautiful kind of just pop of slight color. And also I have hooded eyes, so it's really wonderful when I find a shade that works nice in the crease that I feel comfortable enough to kind of put high enough so that when I have my eyes open, you can definitely still see the color kind of popping through. So I love this shade, but use a very little bit because it is a potent eyeshadow. Then to deepen up the outer corner, I'm going to take this shade at the bottom here, a nice deep brown, and then I'm going to take this beautiful champagne pink, and I am going to spritz my brush with a little bit of a mixing medium, and then I'm going to pop that right on the lid. I had you guys vote against the Stila Magnificent Metal in Rose Gold Retro or the Pixie Glow Liquid Fairy Lights in Rose Gold, and you picked the Pixie one. So I'm just going to take this and tap it on that eyeshadow. These are much more kind of glittery than the Stila Magnificent Metals. They have a lot less kind of color payoff, so I like to use them as toppers on top of a color that is kind of similar, because this just adds a nice glittery shade on top of a shadow that you already have. I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm first going to kind of mimic what I've done on the upper lid in terms of those matte eyeshadows, but then I am going to take this blue and this blue and just kind of smoke that on the lower lashes. I wanted to add some color to this look because using this Dream Street palette, I kind of wanted to use a bunch of different shades. So I'm going to do that on my lower lashes. Okay, we are going to move on to foundation now. And I asked you guys to pick between the Cover FX Natural Finish and the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. So let's see what you decided. And you very much chose the Flower Beauty, which I love. I've definitely been using this a ton lately, and it is a beautiful foundation. So I'm going to apply this with my Artis Oval 7, and I've been using a lot less foundation lately than I have in the past. I just feel like it looks more natural throughout the day, and I don't really want heavy foundation on my skin, so I'm just going to do not even a full pump of this and apply it to my skin. So that is foundation. I am going to put some brows on now because I'm just feeling very naked in the brow area. And I asked you guys to pick between the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Stroke of Beauty Dual Dimension Brow Pencil. So you chose Anastasia, so let's do my brows. I hate doing brows. I'm so bored with them. So this brow pencil by Anastasia is great. However, the spoolie on every one that I've ever bought breaks off, and I need a spoolie to do my brows. So I taped mine onto the bottom because I'm not buying a new one until I finish that one up, and I need my spoolie. Alright, I definitely need some concealer. So I had you guys pick an under eye concealer and a concealer for just everywhere else on my face. And so for under eyes, I had you pick between, where is it? The Flower Beauty and the Hourglass concealer. And you chose the Flower Beauty, but it was a very close call. I do enjoy this Flower Beauty concealer and the Hourglass one. Clearly, I like both of the products that I had you guys kind of pick between, or some of them I'm like trying for the first time or kind of trying to reignite my love for. But the Flower Beauty concealer, the Light Illusion, I think it's called, yes, is beautiful. I have the shade L1 Fair. I do think the shade range obviously could be better, but I do think that this, once I blend it out, works a little well for me. It's like a tinge dark for my skin, but I can definitely blend it out and make it work. Then for concealer on the rest of my face, I had you choose between the Makeup Revolution concealer and MAC, and unanimously it was the Makeup Revolution, which I am plenty happy with. I actually have not used this MAC concealer in a really, really long time, so I'm gonna use my Makeup Revolution one. I like this concealer because it's got really nice coverage to it, but I feel like it also conceals my acne well enough, and it doesn't like dry it out. Sometimes with concealers, if you put it on a blemish, it just makes it look like cakey and dry. This does not do that. I was also using it under the eyes for a while, and I actually don't prefer it there. I prefer shade C2 on my face. This was a close call. For powder, I had you choose between the Essence and the Wet n Wild, and you chose the Wet n Wild, which I haven't used this one in a bit, so I'm excited to use it again. The Essence actually made its way into a favorites video because I've been loving this one, but I'm going to use the Wet n Wild one today. Let's see if I like it. So I have the shade, what shade do I have? I have the shade 230, I have the shade 823C Natural Beige. I don't know if this is their lightest one, but I definitely see that it's kind of darkened my skin over in this area here. So I don't love it, but maybe if I had a lighter shade, I would enjoy it because it definitely doesn't look like I have a lot of powder on my face. I didn't put a lot of powder on, but sometimes even with just like a tinge of powder, your skin can look very powdery. Alright, so I had you pick between the Makeup Geek bronzer in Tawny or the Anastasia bronzer in Tawny, and you guys chose the Anastasia one. I was kind of hoping you would choose the Makeup Geek because I actually haven't had a chance to use this one yet. I just got it the other day, but you did not, so I'm going to use the Anastasia. Ask you guys to pick between the Essence Silky Touch Blush and the Physicians Formula Butter Blush, and you chose the Butter Blush, which I'm happy about. I've been obsessed with this blush lately. Smells like sunblock, sunscreen. You guys know I love the Butter Bronzer, and I actually found this shade Vintage Rose, Vintage Rouge, which I have had a very difficult time finding. I was seeing all of the shades that I had used previously, and those are so light, they don't even appear on my skin. This one, though, is beautiful. But you do want to use a light hand with this because it can get a little clownish pretty quickly. So I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk 29 brush and just kind of pop that on the cheeks. I did some tight lining because I need to do that before I put mascara on, and I just used the L'Oreal Infallible liner in black. Now for highlight, I asked you to choose between the Flower Beauty highlighter palette and the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter in Sandcastle and Minted Mojito, and it was a close call, but you chose the Fenty one. I'm excited about this because I love the Fenty one. However, I do need to play around with this one a lot more because I've not used it nearly enough since getting it. But I'm going to use this in a few ways since this is the one that you chose. First, I'm going to take this shade right here, the Sandcastle one, and I'm going to highlight the tear duct, the inner part of my eye here. And then I'm going to take the Minted shade and I'm going to bring that a little bit lower onto the lower lashes. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm really loving this look. And then to highlight, I'm going to kind of mix them together and kind of just see what we can create on the high points of the face. This highlighter is stunning. So before I do my lashes or lips, I'm going to do a little bit of setting spray. And I ask you to choose between the Flower Seal the Deal, my little dog is squeaking a toy, or the Lancome Fix It and Forget It. And you guys chose the Flower Beauty. I have been loving this. The smell is beautiful, and I do feel like it helps my makeup last longer throughout the day. I'm such a fan of setting sprays. I can't do my makeup without them. Let's go ahead and get some mascara on. I asked you to choose between the Essence mascara or the Kokie, and you chose the Essence one, which I actually haven't used this one in a little bit, so I'm excited to kind of get back to it. I have been using the Kokie one, and I do enjoy it, but it's not like as fabulous as I thought it was going to be. Tati raves on and on about it, and I purchase everything that she recommends that I can afford. So that's what encouraged me to buy that one. So let's give this Essence one another try. This is a very, very nice mascara. I think I need to buy a new tube of it though, because this one feels a little old, but I still feel like it performed. So I'm going to throw that out and buy another one. I asked you guys to choose between a Flower lip liner and a NYX lip liner. I can't get my dog to stop squeaking her toy, so if you could hear her, just ignore it. And you chose the Flower one, so I'm going to use that today. But you should all buy this NYX lip liner in Peekaboo Neutral. Leanne says used to rave on and on about it, and I used it for the first time in a long time the other day, and it is amazing. So buy that if you can. But I'm going to use this Flower Beauty one in the shade Petal Pout. This is a lot more pink than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more kind of mauve-y nude kind of color. Look at that. This is a lot more pink. We're going to roll with it and hope that my lips don't end up looking insane. Let's see what lip product you chose. I had you pick between the L'Oreal Chocolate Matte in Candyman or the Pixie Matte Lip in Pastel Petal, and you chose L'Oreal. So let's see how this goes. I kind of love this combination. To be honest, I really like the formula of this L'Oreal chocolate product. It smells delicious, and it does last a really, really long time on the lips, and it doesn't feel super, super dry. But the color range that they released was a little bit weird, especially for very fair people like me. I put it on, and it looks just really weird on my lips. I have another one in Dose of Cocoa that is just really, really brown. This one, it does have a hint of pink to it, but it's still very nude. And I feel like putting a brighter pink underneath really kind of helped balance out the too nude effect it tends to have and gave it a beautiful look. So I'm going to definitely pair these two together again. So thank you for helping me do some pairings that I normally would not do, which is what made me most excited about making this video. And then for gloss, I had you pick, I know I'm putting a matte lip color on and then putting a gloss on top. I do that all the time. I had you pick between a Fenty gloss or a Kokie gloss, and you all chose the Fenty one. So I'm going to use that, but I highly recommend this Kokie one. Talked about it in a favorites video, so check that video out. You guys are amazing. Thank you for picking this little trio for me to put on my lips today because I am loving it. It is the Flower lip liner in Petal Pout. It is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Liquid Lip in Candyman. This Fenty gloss was one in a set of 3, and it's the kind of gold orange type of shade. This combo is beautiful. Thank you. And I am going to do lashes today. I've not done lashes in a long time, so I kind of hope you guys picked the magnetic ones because I don't want to have to fuss with glue. But I had you choose between the magnetic lashes from Ardell or the Sephora lashes in Quell, something like that. And you chose, yay, the magnetic ones. So I am going to pop these babies on. All right, are you guys happy with your choices and my interpretation of you picking these products? I am loving this look. The lashes feel a little much, but I'm rolling with it. I normally do like half strips, but then I realized these are the ones that were in the picture. So these are the ones that I used. I hope you guys enjoy. I really also wanted to say thank you for your excitement in me being back to uploading. I love you guys oodles and oodles. I hope to see you very soon in my next video. If you want to see my dogs pick my makeup, let me know in the comments down below. All of you on Instagram, most of you on Instagram said you want to see that. So let me know down below and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.